Morning again. It's always morning when I'm actually doing exercise videos because I find it easier to record them in the morning. So I'm Caroline Clark, posture alignment specialist and working in the UK. My videos are quite different, I think, to a lot of people's because I work with getting people out of pain. I'm not looking to see how clever you are at doing anything like that. All we're trying to do is release the pain. Now, I can give you the quick fix, but it has to become a habit for you to carry on and keep yourself out of pain. And I usually think it's about a month to 3 months. If you're doing the exercises on a regular basis, you will feel much less pain. You'll feel 20 years younger. Well, I feel 20 years younger anyway. So, you can subscribe to me, and also there will be a big book out this year that I'm writing a book at the moment. Right, today's exercise is working on the pelvic tilt premises. So we are looking at pelvic tilting. Now, with a pelvic tilt, what you're looking at is if you're lying on your back. Now, if you're older and you find it hard to get on the floor, you can easily do this on your bed. Just take away all the pillows, all the cushions, and make sure you're just onto the mattress so you're on a nice firm surface. Not too squidgy anyway. Right, so a pelvic tilt, if I just take my jumper away slightly, is basically pushing your tummy button into the ground so your back goes right onto the ground, and then arching it away as much as you can so that you can feel you could put a hand underneath. So if you put your hand underneath, you're squishing that hand into the ground without lifting your bum off. You do not lift your bum off to do a pelvic tilt. That's going into a completely different exercise. So all we're doing is letting the pelvis go forward and letting the pelvis come back. That is a pelvic tilt. So what we're going to do in this video is we're doing a pelvic tilt in 3 positions, but also we're doing a couple of other things with it. We're going to do gluteal contractions. So that's basically tightening and releasing your bum cheek. So you tighten them as hard as you can and then you release. Things to notice: does one bum cheek work harder than the other? If it does, you need to concentrate on the side that isn't working hard enough. Does it feel the same? You know, what is going on? When you're doing a pelvic tilt, do you feel that both sides of your body are working, or does it feel a bit stuck? So we're going to start off with a pelvic tilt in a frog-like position. So frog is basically putting the soles of your feet together. So 10 little toes, the balls of your feet and the outside of your feet. You've got your arch, and then you've got your heels together, and try and make them as even as possible. So if you can let the legs drop out slightly, great. If you can't, there is going to be a sequence of exercises to allow your legs to come out. So the first position is start in hook line position and just give yourself a little pelvic tilt to see what's going on in the back. If it hurts to go too far one way or too far the other way, then just stay within your range of movement. Remember, if any of these exercises hurt, do not do them, all right? So you've got to take responsibility for your bodies. So, feet together, legs open, arms out, and just check that your shoulders are nice and resting on the ground and you feel comfortable with your head. If you find this position too hard for the head, you could put a cushion underneath if you find that you get vertigo or anything like that. So, first thing we're going to do is as we we're going to press the soles of our feet together and tighten our bums. So 1, we're only doing 10, 2, so you feel your bum cheeks go out, 3, 4, concentrate, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we've got outward rotating femur bones. So our femurs are rotated outwards at the moment. Our big muscle, that psoas muscle, which connects the top half and the bottom half of the body together, is actually working because we've got an arch in our back and our legs are outward rotating. Now we're going to do a pelvic tilt. This is when it's going to get a little bit harder. So just give yourself a pelvic tilt and see what that range of movement is like. Is it painful? Is it not painful? You know, how do you feel? You will get better and better at this. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And just lie in normal, just relaxed position now. You're not pulling in or pushing away. Right, now you're going to lift your back sides off the ground. So we're really making those back sides work. The glutes are now working. 1, but we're actually asking our back to work as well. 2, 3. Remember, if you can't go very high, don't worry. 4. Keep those feet pressed together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've outward rotated our femurs. Now we're going to inward rotate them. So the next position is going to be your knees together and widen your feet out and make sure your feet are, if anything, a little bit pigeon-toed. Okay, so lying back on the ground. I like to make my feet the same width as my mat. So I can seat both ankles. Now actively press the knees together. We are now inward rotating our femurs. So as we do glute contractions and things, we have got our ball and socket in our pelvis. The socket is in your pelvis. The ball is from your leg is now into there. So your hip is connected to your pelvis. If you didn't know, you probably already know that. Right, now we're going to start with glute contractions and we are going for 10. Bum cheeks. 1, 2. Now I can feel this coming right the way down my hamstrings now. 3, 4, 5. We're activating other bum cheeks. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It gets harder again because we're going for the pelvic tilt now. 1, 2. I had such little range of movement when I started doing this. 3, 4. So now the ball and socket is working within that pelvis. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if your hips are a bit stuck, this is an amazing way to get your hips unstuck. Now we're going to lift off the ground. 1, 2. Keep those knees pressed together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've had outward rotating femurs, we've had inward rotating femurs, leg bones. Now we're going to have our legs a hips width apart. So feet are hips width apart and pointing forward. Your knees, you should be able to get about a fist and a little bit more in between the knees, and that means that you have a straight line from the hip to the knee to the ankle with the feet pointing forward. Make sure you can feel the toes. I see so many people doing a pelvic tilt and lifting their legs off the ground. I hate that. Keep your legs on the ground. Right, now we're going to start with glute contractions. 1, 2, all 3 glutes are working now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pelvic tilt. 1, do not lift up. 2, 3, this will feel easier now. 4, because you did it at the beginning, and now 5, 6, 7. It's like being on a rocker. 8, 9, 10. Okay, arms out, palms up, resting again. And now lift the back side off the ground. Active bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, only go as high as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then roll onto the side and bring yourself up. So that is the way to work that pelvis completely, with outward rotating femurs, inward rotating femurs, and working them then with the correct alignment on your pelvis and your hips. So it's allowing that ball and socket to move within its joint, and it's a fantastic way for releasing the pelvis. So my website should be above my head at the moment. Subscribe to me and I'll let you know as soon as the book is written and is being published, and hopefully see you very soon. Bye!